furthering it a little more on your old girlfriend, Hillary Clinton, to understand her a bit better, Sean. Why do you think Hillary Clinton, she knows she's running for president, that she would still charge the majority of her speeches over $200,000 per speech when Bill and Hillary, it's documented, have made over $200 million?
Well, she said they were poor when they left the White House. Only, I guess, in Clinton world. You know, one of the things, we're going to have to make a decision this election year. That's why I'm really, really interested in which Republican sort of breaks out of the pack. Because you're going to have a choice of going back to those Clinton years. I think she's very much ideologically aligned with Barack Obama. I'll lay out the case, if you like, why I think he has failed economically, why I think his foreign policy is a disaster. I mean, the fact that we're sitting across the tables from the mullahs in Iran is insanity from my perspective. I think it ought to be a prerequisite before you negotiate with the single largest state sponsor of terror, that they've got to stop saying death to America, and oh, by the way, it's non-negotiable to destroy Israel. That's my own personal opinion, that ought to be a prerequisite. But I think she's going to, I think ideologically there is a choice that America's going to have to make, and it's either going to be going down the same path that we're on now, which I think is a socialist economy, a weak national defense, America abdicating its leadership role in the world, or we're going to make a transition where I think America is going to be dynamic in terms of its economy. We're going to have to open up free markets and opportunity. We're going to have to become energy independent. And I think there are things that we can do that would put every single solitary American back to work at high salaries and get the 50 million Americans. This to me is the biggest crime of Obama's presidency. 50 million Americans now are in poverty. 50 million Americans are on food stamps, and 92 million Americans are out of the workforce. Now, those numbers are up 20 million more since when he became president. That's the lowest labor participation rate since 1978. If I'm a Republican candidate, I'm going to say, I'm going to get every American off of food stamps, out of poverty, back to work, and we're going to become energy independent. It gets our ass out of the Middle East and all the political instability that goes along with it. And I think if you provide dynamic solutions and you tell people that you're going to make their lives better, I think they'd vote for you. Maybe even in New York, which is as liberal as, maybe not in New York, but